Hello, everybody, and welcome to Relatively Gaming. My name is Turn-Based TJ, aka TJ, and I'm joined by my incredible, phenomenal, breathtaking, spectacular, extraordinary host, Enigma 9011, aka Bret. Bret, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you, good sir?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm a little tired, but I am here, so we're gonna crush it.
The weekend is upon us, so hopefully you can recoup there. But yeah, I get you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm tired of the gaming industry. No, I'm just kidding.
Who isn't, right?
Well, here at Relatively Gaming, what we do is we talk some gaming news. We talk about what we've been playing. We talk about a dreaded mystery section. And then and then we talk about some future games that we're excited about. So we'll jump right into the news. Bret, what do you have for us with the news?
Hi. It's another weird week. I feel like I have a lot of quick touch upon notes, some selfish stuff, and then one big one. So let's start with the big one because it is a bit of a bummer. And while we hate the bummer news, it is important to talk about it. So let's get it out of the way, rip the Band-Aid off. This is coming from IGN and Vicky Blake. Saudi Arabia Fund acquires another slice of Resident Evil Requiem publisher Capcom, up in country's ownership to 10%. Yay! Saudi Arabia now owns 10% of Capcom after Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Electric gaming development company EGDC acquired a 5% stake. GameBiz.jp reports that EGDC's acquisition, part of the Crown Prince's MISK Foundation, is pure investment. Added to the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund, PIF, existing 5% stake. EGDC's acquisition of an additional 26.78 million shares raises the country's ownership of the developer and publisher to around 10%. The increased ownership comes as Resident Evil Requiem now has sold 6 million copies, making it the fastest selling installment of the horror game since it kicked off in Raccoon City 30 years ago. The controversial Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed, has already invested a significant amount of money into international gaming companies, including Take-Two, EA, and Activision Blizzard. A subsidiary of Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed, his foundation, almost completely owns SNK Corporation too, a Japanese video game hardware and software company. Late last year, Ubisoft employees raised concerns around the company's partnership with Saudi Arabia to create new Assassin's Creed Mirage DLC. When Ubisoft quietly announced the DLC in late August via a social media post sent out early one Saturday morning, the brief reveal confirmed the add-on would see Mirage hero Basim visiting, Ula, an ancient site that's now one of Saudi Arabia's cultural highlights. Content creators specializing The Sims 4 content are leaving EA's creator network in protest after EA confirmed it is also due to be acquired by an investor group composed of Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, Silver Lake, and Jared Kushner's affinity partners. Oh boy. So, Saudi Arabia continues to try and improve their image by just buying things that people like. And yeah, oofa. 10%.
Yeah, at
great.
least it's not. At least it's only 10% and not like a controlling percentage.
Sure. Yeah, we'll have to see. Obviously, with them kind of throwing money left and right and center at different things. Like, as of right now, it hasn't seemed to take an effect in terms of like them being in control of anything or being the voicing partner, like you said. But obviously, on the Ubisoft example, that is one example where it's starting to impede or bleed in. So I guess with time, we'll just have to keep an eye on it and see how much this really comes into play and comes into effect. It's a bit of a bummer. I mean, not the investment point. It's more of like from a creator standpoint in my headspace of like somebody just coming in and saying, hey, do this, do that, make this thing. Which I guess, if we're going to look at it on the other side, they could say that because, they are in charge. They can say whatever. It just feels icky. I don't know. So in this moment, support indies. That's what I'll say. Do you have anything to add?
No, it's just Capcom's been on like a legendary run
Yes.
since Resident Evil 7. Like this is the best Capcom has been since that flurry of games they put out for the GameCube when it was Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil Remake, and Resident Evil 0.
Yep.
So to see them have this much success and still kowtow to Saudi money is a little disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the way of publicly traded companies. It's gonna happen. I really like Capcom, and I hope that they can continue on their artistic vision and things that they've been doing, continue on this trajectory, and hopefully this Saudi money has no effect over the making of the games whatsoever
Right.
going forward.
Yeah. All right, on the positive side of things, let's talk about two very quick pieces of news. A game near and dear to my heart as Artemis sits on my notepad. Liza P. Congratulations to the team over there, NeoWiz. They have sold 4 million copies as of this week. So awesome to hear about the Liza P team and their success there. Speaking of indies, so if you want to go support an indie and you want a new Souls-like and you've been slacking, please go play Liza P. It is fantastic. Also, not an indie, but a game that's getting some good news. Lego Batman has pushed its release date up a week to May 22nd. So, if you like Batman, if you like Lego, and if you like the movies, it's like whoosh, throwing it all together. Kind of has the Arkham combat as well in Lego form. Looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, looking very much forward to this game. So cool to see that it is coming out a little earlier. Seems like they're making good progress in terms of development. One close to us, which I may be stealing from you. Marvel Rivals Season 7 launches today as of recording. I don't know much about it, but I do have an article pulled up here from GameSpot and James Carr. Hello, Moose. GameSpot. Nope, that's a ad thing. Let's see. Marvel Rivals Season 7 has arrived, adding a new strategist to the roster, White Fox, alongside a brand new battle pass. White Fox isn't a hero most players will be familiar with right away, and that's something NetEase wants from some of its deeper cut roster additions. On top of the new hero, Season 7 adds a new battle pass, this time themed primarily around disguises heroes wear while attending a university. There are still a few oddball picks in the Battle Pass as well, but there are 4 ESU skins, the Rebel Hela, the Transfer Rocket Raccoon, the Doctor Strange, and the Dancer Luna Snow. Thor and Loki will have low-key skins, which feature a similar casual wear design. The Battle Pass also has a couple comic inspired skins with Doom Angel Angela and Living Tribunal Adam Warlock, a Hawkeye recolor, and the legendary Badlands Lullaby Penny Parker, which gives Penny a Coraline inspired look and makes SP//DR Spider looks like a spooky scarecrow, perhaps a leftover skin from Halloween. And then the battle pass costs $10, yada yada yada. Kind of snuck up on me, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't played Rivals in a few weeks after I told everybody, hey, go play the game for XP to get extra chrono tokens. Guess who didn't? This guy. But cool to see. I don't know anything about White Fox, but seems like an interesting character. Glad it's another healer. And then Black Cat is also going to be joining at the halfway point, so I think that's a really fun addition. I don't know if they've announced her role. I've heard some people throwing out tank, but I don't know if they've locked it down, like I said. So yeah, just looking forward to it. It seems like the Rivals content creators are on top of their shit, because these were the 2 rumored characters way back when at the launch of Season 6.
Yes.
So I guess, keep an eye on the detectives and you know what's coming next. It's not much surprise there.
Yeah, I think the only surprise is where Black Cat's going to slot in, whether or not she's going to be Vanguard or she's going to be, I always forget what they call DPS. Strike?
No. Oh, crud. Yeah, I don't either. I don't remember.
I can't remember. I can never remember what they call DPS.
Yeah.
I remember Vanguard, and I remember the support one. But yeah, just wondering where Black Cat's going to land. And I don't know about White Fox either, but I did want to add Two girl characters in my video
Ew.
game. Yeah. No male cat. How am I supposed to play these new
I
characters?
don't know. The Gooners seem to have won in Marvel Rivals, so maybe they're all for it.
True. Yeah. Maybe there's no longer that sentiment of like, oh, I gotta play as a girl. It's like, oh, I get to play as a girl.
Right? Yeah. With some of those skins, Jesus. So yeah, looking forward to it. Like I said, it's it launched now or today as of recording. So go jump into that. I think they have a new map that they're adding. And I'm not going to lie, some of those skins do look fun. I did see Loki's low-key shirt one, and I'm like, yeah, that's a good vibe. So looking forward to it. All right, and then I just got two more pieces of news. Oh, Jesus Christ, cat. He's all over me. Hold on. Don't take the headphones. Jesus. Audio listeners, you gotta watch the video for this week. So next week, very special episode next week. I'm going to be heading to PAX East out in Boston. So next week's episode is going to be a bit more PAX East focusing on the indie demos that I get a chance to play, as well as, I don't know, just fun, what did I get into, and stuff like that. So just a heads up for recording here. It's still going to end up or come out on Monday, so you won't see any change in schedule on your guys' end, but just so you guys know what to expect. Other than that, regular episode TBD. We'll let you know when we get there. All right, and then last one, kind of selfish, just because it's a more personal news story. We give this channel a shout out from time to time because they're very influential in the independent game space. 6-1 Indie is having a shakeup as of today, as of recording. Mike, one of the co-founders of 6-1 Indie, is leaving. Not in any negative way. All is well there. He's just got a dream opportunity that has stumbled upon him, or he's rather worked hard to get. So he's going to be leaving 6-1 soon. The May showcase he is still going to be working on, and that will be his last time on camera. But after that, it will be Kelsey and Kyle, and the rest of the team will be taking the helm there. I just wanted to give this a shout because Mike has worked incredibly hard, as well as the rest of the 6-1 Indie team, for doing what they do for indie game coverage, doing the showcases. I've seen the hard work that they've done for video game PR, the work they've done at PAXs, and to see, someone I've known of for like 10 years, and then talked to for the first time a few years ago, just seeing like the amount of effort he's put in along with the rest of the guys. It's just, I kind of shed a tear this morning. It kind of hit me hard of like, wow, this is, end of an era, a lot of people are saying, but I am really happy for him, and excited for his next opportunity. So just want to give a shout out to Mike Towndrow. You guys can follow him over there at it's Mike Town, I believe, on Blue Sky is his name, and other places. But just want to give a shout out to him. I'm looking forward to seeing him at PAX and giving him a big old hug and saying this to his face as well. But just want to give a shout out to him, say congrats, and I'm looking forward to what's next for 6-1 Indie to come. That's it for me, TJ. What do you got for news for us this week?
Throw up the X. It's Ball X Pit, baby. I don't know how you missed this piece of news. I thought for sure you would steal this from me. But Ball X Pit is now available for iOS and Android.
Nice.
With every single feature from the console and PC versions, including the updates. Yeah, they went all out with that. I was happy to see that they had all of the content from the standard game, the standard PC version of the game. That made me really happy. I haven't played Ball X Pit yet, or Ball Pit, but I'm just I know you're a big fan of it, and I thought that was cool that they made it feature rich coming to to iOS and Android. That's always great, especially when, like I said, I've had a situation where my computer died and I was without money, so I had to be an iOS gamer for a little while, and it was rough. But anytime that there's a game that's feature rich on the iOS, I really appreciate, because some people might be in similar situations where the only thing they have to game on is their phones, and so it's always great when we can give them a good game like that.
Yeah.
Another feature-rich game that's coming with all of its content, regrettably, is Starfield.
Hey.
Yay! Everybody loves Starfield. It's coming to PS5 in early April.
Cool.
So the PlayStation 5 will finally have one good video game.
Oh, whoa, hey,
I'm
whoa,
kidding.
hey,
Yeah,
hey.
I'm kidding.
Whoa.
I'm kidding, because Starfield, not even that.
Damn.
Because unless they change the loading screens, that game is very frustrating experience. But yeah, it is coming to PS5 in early April, and it's coming with a big update. Some people say the update's enough to shake things up. Like I said, they've added vehicles and stuff since I've last played it. I just think that the loading screens, like load to get into your ship, then load to get to the planet, then load to go into the planet, like from orbit, then load to get out of your ship, like that's just, it's so many loading screens in a row to do anything that really slows things down. So I don't know that the update's really going to entice me, but hopefully maybe some PS5 gamers will appreciate having a Bethesda RPG to play. I'm just not really sure.
For sure. Yeah, I know this was in development when the game was first going to launch, and then they dropped it. So I know some PlayStation players, yeah, they've been anticipating this for a while, been like, oh man, you were right there, why didn't you just put it out there? So yeah, good for them. Hope it checks the box for what they're looking for.
Yeah, I hope so too. Maybe I'll jump back into Starfield at some point, but I just like I said, I just don't know if it's
Sure.
for me with those loading screens.
Yeah.
A game that is for me though is Borderlands 4. I do love
Wow.
me some Borderlands 4, and they are raising the level cap from 50 to 60 finally. Raising the level cap from 50 to 60 on March 26th specifically, and that's the day that its first major DLC update is coming out with Ellie. And is that why you're making eyebrows? Because you got a crush on Ellie too? I mean,
No, I don't. I haven't seen much. I saw an announcement. PAX put out an email. Gearbox is going to be at PAX again. So I was wondering if it was tied into the first DLC. So it seems like it will be.
Yeah, we'll be tied into the first DLC. However, all players get the level cap, regardless of whether or not you purchase
great.
the DLC.
Good.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to purchase the DLC. At first, I'm going to kind of see what the price is, and then the price for buying both DLC packs, and see, how that measures out, because they still haven't released the price for buying an individual DLC pack.
Okay.
That's still not available yet. So I'm still waiting on the price for that. So even if I don't buy it, though, I might jump back into the game just so that I can get my level 50 Vex to level 60, especially now that I have the cool head from getting all of the, I forget what it was, the currency that you had to unlock, but it was very hard to get the last head, so I definitely need to rock out with it as much as I can, and maybe I'll rock out with it through the DLC, but that is TBD. Especially because I'm going to be awash in games because the Steam Spring Sale is happening right now. If you're watching this video, you can pan on over to Steam and check out their sale. It's happening until March 26th, which I believe is Thursday, so you got 3 days left.
Hurry.
Yeah, 3 days to check things out. Yeah, hurry. There's some good games on sale. There's some great games on sale, actually. Some things that even I picked up one of them, which I'm alluding to our next segment, but we'll get there.
I was going to say, is there anything like on your wish list that maybe you would recommend other people look for in terms of on sale?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because I'm pulling
Let
up
me pull
mine.
up my wish list. Yeah, let's see. Ooh. The Banner Saga trilogy, highly recommend. That's on sale, 85% off.
Damn.
The game I'm going to recommend for my future game is in here, so I'm not going
Wait
to
for that later.
say it just yet. But let's see what else. Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning, one of my favorite games of all time, is on sale for $10. You really can't beat that for how much content is in that game. Yeah, there's just a lot of great games. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to go through all of it here because there's a lot of them. Oh, Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire as well. Also $10. Also a lot of content, and that plays into Avowed. If you've played Avowed at all, that's the same universe and everything like that. So that's still very recent, and you can actually have turn-based combat in the second one instead of real time with pause like the first one. So.
Cool.
Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, definitely check it out. Give it a check it out.
Nice.
What about you, Brett? Any big shout outs?
I want to give a shout out to Fretless. It is $12 currently. I played that at PAX last year and had a fantastic time. If you like rhythm games, you like turn-based combat, this is for you. Net Attack is also on there. That is a programming, like you versus the environment kind of roguelike. So if you want some fun there, you can do that. There's a fun one, physics-based, that I'll end with called Grandma No! You're a little grandma and you're causing chaos around kind of like an Octodad. Seems like a fun thing, but it's only $7.50. So yeah, a lot of great stuff out there. Please go check it out.
Yeah, definitely check it out and check out the discounts and events page on Steam, and you can go and browse by genre and all different sorts of things. You can spend hours just looking at the games that are on sale. That's a game within itself. So
Yeah.
have fun and enjoy. Something that I'm not enjoying though is DLSS 5. Have you seen the DLSS 5, Brett?
Yeah, I've seen it. Oh, I've seen it.
DLSS 5 is AI-powered technology described as a GPT moment for graphics that uses generative AI and neural rendering to insert photorealistic lighting and materials in real time. Announced in March 2026, it goes beyond traditional upscaling to function as a predictive AI-powered filter that fundamentally alters game visuals, says Forbes. So yeah, that's DLSS 5. I would like to explain to the audience what it is like, but I cannot because it is beyond. It is indescribable. You have to see it for yourself. It is.
Let me try.
Okay,
try.
go ahead.
You guys remember those camera filters that like Facebook and TikTok and all those things had? Imagine putting that on every character's face. It looks like you're all clay, plastic models. You're all beautified. You're all turned up to the nines of like, here's generic woman. Here's generic man. Here's generic old person that you want to see. And it just puts that right on the top. It looks awful.
I do actually have a way to describe
Please.
this. I have found the words and the courage to describe DLSS 5. And that is, it's like when you're watching SpongeBob SquarePants and all of a sudden they zoom in on like the Chad Squidward or like the fucked up SpongeBob face, like when he's like dehydrated.
Yeah.
It's like that. Like the real video game is the SpongeBob episode. DLSS 5 just zooms in on the fucked up SpongeBob
Perfect.
face.
Yeah. Oh my god. This thing is just awful. I've seen a lot of content creators obviously weighing in on this issue. If you guys are fans of Kind of Funny, I would go check out they have a short or TikTok about it that Chef's Kiss is very, very good about talking about what the fuck this does, or rather what it doesn't do. So I would check that out. But yeah, this is another move in the wrong direction. When is this bubble gonna pop? I need it to be soon.
Yeah, I just hope this isn't the future because I use DLSS in certain games. I turn that feature on and it helps with performance and stuff.
Sure.
I know that is using artificial intelligence as well, but it was just for performance, so I forgave it because I'll forgive anything that makes my games run better. But I just now that it's going into visuals like this, I just don't know that this might be
It's just
too far
taking
for me.
Yeah, it's just taking away from what the artist created. Like it would be different if it's like, hey, this is the model. Like, okay, let me let me rein in my minimal associate's degree of game design, okay? When you make a model, folks, it's all polygons, right? Well, sometimes when you get too intense with polygons in ZBrush, shout out, your program, your animation, whatever, can't run it because it's too complex. So you're trying to fake it. You're trying to make a character model with minimum polygons and then using what's called, we're getting real technical here, and then you use what's called a bump map, and you're faking that texture. So those creases, those folds, those wrinkles, everything there, it's not real, at least at the time when I was developing. Since then, technology has obviously expanded. So you're allowed more freedom. You're allowed more polygons. You can get even more crazy with the bump maps because you're able to cover more with the initial character model. You can add even more later and fake it. What this is doing is it's adding their own, and I'm putting this in quotes heavily, polish on someone else's artwork. Except it's not polish, it's just generic male, generic female, that kind of thing. So you're taking someone's art and just splooging all over it, for lack of a better term, of garbage using this thing. It's not making it better, it's just making it theirs. Like, oh, this is our little sprinkle to it. Ugh.
And the worst part is, I, like many gamers and people on the internet, was introduced to DLSS 5 via Grace Ashcroft, and oh my god, does she look nothing like
Nope.
she fucking does in the game with
Yep.
DLSS 5 on. She looks like a completely different character.
Yeah.
It's not even the same. Yeah, it's like, what are we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. So yeah, that came out and it's not been great. So it's been controversial for gamers all over, and I'll time will tell where it's implemented.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna skip over this one that I have actually,
Sure.
because I don't have as much information on it, and feels kind of mean spirited.
What? We're never mean.
Yeah. I will say two bummer pieces of news though. Is Red Storm Entertainment, the Ubisoft studio behind much of the Ghost Recon series, has been hit with layoffs and will no longer develop games. There's been a lot of movement at the company over the past 2 years with a tumultuous Tencent deal, questions over the founding of Guillemot's family's influence, and several layoffs making headlines. Now the Ubisoft drama continues with the latest corporate shakeup. So that's it's not good. They're just no longer developing games at all. I was never really a big Ghost Recon fan myself, but I like when there's a variety of games like in that genre at least, so it's not just so heavily dominated by like your Call of Duties or other military sims. I like when there's kind of that Tom Clancy level of shooter. So it's a little bit of a bummer to see that go by the wayside. Did you ever play a Ghost Recon?
No, if I did, it was like Xbox 360 generation, maybe at a friend's house or something like that. But no, I did not.
Actually, I did play one Ghost Recon game, just one. And would you believe it or not, it was a turn-based game. That's why it was a turn-based tactics 3DS game. It was Ghost Recon, and it was surprisingly good because most turn-based tactics games like that are grid-based don't have guns. It's usually using swords and bow and arrows and stuff. So it was very satisfying to have a game like that with guns, where you're playing kind of like XCOM, only with better accuracy because XCOM hates you.
Yep.
And then speaking of layoffs, the Tomb Raider studio suffers fourth round of layoffs in a year.
The new Tomb Raider ones?
Correct. Let me pull up the article so I can double, triple check this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Jesus Christ. They announced 2 games and they're already fucking letting people go. The Game Awards
like
curse, guy. The Game Awards curse. High Guard shuts down. Tomb Raider's losing people. Ugh.
Let's see. Crystal Dynamics, the team behind the Tomb Raider franchise, has confirmed another wave of staff reductions, making a difficult period for the studio. Yeah.
Bummer.
Wow. That's crazy because they have multiple Tomb Raider games in the pipeline, and they're having to make these layoffs. So that's really I don't know what that says, honestly. Like, are they just did they just hire on a lot of people for the beginning development stages of the game, and then they're like narrowing them down as they're getting the games better and closer to launch, or they not like the quality of the game and so they're letting people go? Like, there's so many questions of like what they could have done, why they would be doing this.
Right. Yeah. Was Crystal Dynamics, was that the Avengers team as well?
That I don't know. Let me check. Crystal
I
Dynamics.
also have Guardians of the Galaxy in my head, but I don't think it was them. Hmm.
Yep,
Avengers.
they did make the Avengers game, yeah.
Okay. I wonder if they're still trying to bounce back from that.
I mean, I can imagine so. That was a massive failure.
Well, I mean, yes. I personally liked it. I did like the single player story. Don't get me wrong. The middling multiplayer stuff was kind of a drag, but it was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't what they wanted. So,
No, financially it did not do well.
yeah, no,
At least.
nope.
So hopefully that studio can bounce back on its feet. The two new Tomb Raider games look good. I'm intrigued by the remake of the first one. I think that's really cool. So fingers crossed that somehow in this development hell they produce a good game.
Yep.
And speaking of good games, publisher THQ Nordic just confirmed is bringing 3 video games to Nintendo Switch 2. Those are Destroy All Humans Remake, Destroy All Humans 2, Reprobed, gross, and Disney Epic Mickey, Rebrushed. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Disney Epic Mickey. I think it's a delightful game. So like seeing it brought on Switch 2. I know these are like older games and things,
Oh, sure.
but these are the kind of games that I enjoy playing on a handheld platform. So it's pretty cool. Are you interested in picking up any of those games, or are you still in Pokopia land?
Well, I'm still in Pokopia land as always, but I have played Epic Mickey when it came to PlayStation. I did play through that because I was enticed when it was on the Wii U, whatever
I
one.
think it was on the original Wii, yeah, if I remember correctly.
But I never grabbed
I could
it.
be wrong.
So playing the remaster, I had a good time with it. And then Destroy All Humans, I played back on the PS2 when it first launched. And then I did play the remaster version at that launch. I haven't beaten the remaster, but I enjoyed, the polish they made of it. I'd like to grab 2 eventually, but I think, yeah, they're already, at least in continuity, they're on the PlayStation, so that would probably be my console for those. But cool, the Switcher's getting all 3. They're solid games.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just excited for the Switch 2 to be getting any games, honestly.
Sure.
I'm like bolster the library so that I can justify a purchase at some point.
Sure.
Because I've already decided in June, let it be known here on the podcast live, in June, TJ will be getting another gaming thing. Be a Steam machine or a Switch 2 or another computer or something. So
Very cool.
Nintendo has until June to impress me. So we'll see
There you go. Or I do with Pokopia. No, just kidding.
I mean, Pokopia is a pretty good,
Sure,
it's
but
a pretty good argument, yeah. But yeah, that's all I have for news. That's all I have for news this week. So now we're moving to the hey man, what have you been playing segment? And hey man, what have you been playing?
Hey man, unfortunately not too much new. I did want to try and play one new thing, and then I lost track of time. So I've been kind of playing the usual stuff. Over on the stream side of things, I did finish Far Cry New Dawn. I always want to add a 5 in there because it is technically a sequel. So we finished up New Dawn. I liked it, but as I talked about on stream, some things towards the end just kind of didn't click. It felt like it just ended, and I wanted more depth with the villains, and I didn't feel like I really got that. So it was kind of like, it was fine. I get why people weren't really talking about it at the time when it came out. Resident Evil 9. Loved it. Had a great time with it. I'm obviously not going to say any spoilers or anything like that, but fun surprises. The ending felt like it was ramping up of like intensity and the storytelling and like that sense of urgency, which I liked. I kind of hit a middling part that I was like, yeah, about, which we also talked about on stream, which unfortunately was your favorite part.
Yeah.
But I think that also was part of me, and this is something I've been dealing with more recently, is like obviously I love streaming, but sometimes when you stream a story game and you have to wait week to week, it kind of the game loses its fire and excitement with the spreading of it out of it. So even walking away from the end of Resident Evil 9, like I know in my heart I really enjoyed it, but for some reason I was like, at the end of it still, like walking away from it, like I feel like I should have been more excited, at least based on other people's impressions of it too. So I know that's more of a personal thing of like, spread it all out too much, whatever the hell. But I had a great time with it. I'm looking forward to whatever's next, whatever it is. And I think Grace was a huge highlight. I really enjoyed Grace as a character and playing as her. I did finally hit a spooky moment where I felt that tenseness that I kind of talked about last week about not having. So I'm glad I got that point. And I am feeling the good feelings I've felt after an RE2 and after an RE4 remake of like, I want to play this again. I might go after the platinum. We'll see how much energy I actually do have to go back into it. But I am like excited to just be like, okay, well, I know everything. Well, not everything is, but I know what to anticipate. So I can just like, Terminator run through things and be like, I'm fine. Nothing's happening here. And just, blast the shit out of stuff if I buy some of the fun weaponry and things that they give you if you unlock them stuff. So.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I will agree though with your point that spreading it out maybe was the issue because I played Resident Evil Requiem in one weekend,
Sure.
so I felt like I got the intended experience, where it was like a couple of sessions of like couple of long sessions,
Sure.
like it was. I think my playthrough said it took me like 8 hours, which it doesn't include the time that you're in the menus at all. So
Okay.
anytime you're looking at the inventory or looking at the map, it doesn't include that time. So like real world time, it took me like 16 hours, but like the game said it took me like 8 hours. So that's probably like 3 sessions or something.
Mm-hmm.
But and I feel like I really got the story and experienced it very well in that condensed amount of time. And then second playthrough, there's this whole area that I missed because I couldn't kill one of the characters. Because I was too busy making ink ribbons.
Sure.
I was playing on classic and I wasn't making ammo and shit. So now, when I went back on my second playthrough, I was like, Requiem ammo made like immediately. So it was incredible. I was able to go back to that area that I missed. So you'll definitely enjoy your second playthrough more than your first, I think, at least, because you'll have that condensed playtime and you'll also know where to go.
Sure. And the last one I'll talk about briefly, because we talked about it already, Pokopia. Pokopia continues to be lovely, continues to be my chill out game. I'm decorating a whole lot more, doing a lot of paths, doing like, I want to make a little garden here that the Pokemon can sit on benches, or with my Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan, I've made like a little gym area. So they're just punching bags and hanging out, and Timber's there with a log, like, what's up, dudes? Just hanging out. So I've been building out the city a little bit more. I've only unlocked a few more Pokemon since we've last talked. I got a Noctowl, which I know you really like Noctowl. And then one of my more rare ones, at least in terms of spawns, it says it's a very rare. I got a Venusaur. So seeing him kind of lumber around, I'm like, oh, hey, what's up, dude? So that's been fun. I've done the Dream Island stuff, and there's not actually too much involved with the Dream Islands. I wish there was more goodies. It seems like it's just like, this is a place you can get more quote unquote cheaper resources. There are buildings that you can pilfer, which I talked about last week, but in terms of like unique items, I haven't found a lot where I'm like, oh, this is really worth it, and going to the islands. So that's been a bit of a downer. Circling back to the Pokemon thing, because we know I love jumping around from point to point. The reason I haven't discovered too many is I think now leaning towards the point of, well, A, me not trying enough new habitats, I will say that for sure, but also B, the time I'm playing, because it goes off your real-time clock, similar to Animal Crossing.
Oh, wow.
And because I'm playing at nighttime, it limits what's going to pop up. So I have some habitats, like I have a little campfire one set up, but that Pokemon only is going to show up in the day or if it's like cloudy out. So I got to start finding time to play at different times, or cheat like Animal Crossing and do a little time traveling. I don't think I'm going to do that because it's not that intense, but that's why it's kind of slowed down there. Lastly, I did expand to a different area. So on your main like plot of land, there are kind of like in the old Pokemon games where you would go from certain routes and you'd have to go through those buildings to like load a whole new section of the game essentially, you know, and they're like, you can't ride your bike in here or whatever the fuck. They would yell at you sometimes. They have those, and depending on how your environment level is or how your happiness level is, you open those up and it opens like a new section of the map. So I went into a new section. I found a Meowth just chilling on his own and a kind of flooded area. So I bet I could find a lot more new stuff if I poked around that more. My dumb brain was like, oh, this is all new. I kind of want to finish stuff back here. So I kind of went back to the main area. Not that, you know, progress really matters. You can hop wherever you want. But I need to be better about exploring that area too. And maybe I'll find some new stuff. But Pokopia just continues to be a joy. And every time I pop it on, I'm like loving it. And time melts away. And I'm like, oh, it's midnight. Okay, yeah, I probably should go to bed. I don't want to, but I probably should. So that's all I've been playing. TJ, what do you got for us this week? What have you been playing?
Well, firstly, I hope that you can get some daytime hours in this weekend in Pokopia, because yeah, it sounds like that's why you have a Noctowl and stuff like that, 'cause you're playing at night. Yeah,
Oh,
that
it's
makes a lot more
owl.
sense.
Yeah. I'm gonna be bringing my Switch 2 to PAX. So when I'm standing in lines, if I feel like I want to break it out there, that'll be some time too that I can kind of run around a little bit. So yeah, hopefully I can find the time.
Very cool. I have had a very busy week. I
Mhm.
have not been playing very many video games, to be honest with you. I've just been catching up on work stuff and everything. I did get one game on the Steam sale, and that game is Warhammer 40K Darktide.
Ooh.
So I've been playing that. It is the spiritual successor to Vermintide. Vermintide is a Left 4 Dead style game, so it was very much a Left 4 Dead style game. Um, However, not been having a good time.
Aw, man.
I love the gameplay. It is very fun. I'm playing as a veteran, who's like a Astra Militarum or Imperial Guardsman, basically just army guy. Um, and they have a las gun or just like a laser rifle basically,
Hmm.
and it is so punchy and snappy and heavy for a laser gun. Like you think laser gun, you're like pew 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 pew, that sucks, but it doesn't feel good. But no, it's like I'm not gonna try and recreate the sound, but
Sure.
it's like it's just very punchy and snappy, and like it makes a really cool sound when you fire it, and like when it hits an enemy, they like disintegrate in half and
Oh,
stuff,
cool.
and you get you're still like limited on ammo. You have like 500 shots. So it's crazy to say that you're limited on ammo, but there's so many enemies that
Yeah.
you're still trying to manage your ammo. So you can't really use your gun all the time. You have to use your shovel, and you get your shovel and you're just raking zombies.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Okay, that's it.
Okay, yeah. And that's an edit. No,
No, you're fine.
you're like three sneezes, that's an edit.
No, I do that with everybody. I'm like, all right, I said 3, you're good.
Yeah, okay, good. Anyway, you're just raking people with your shovel, just bashing them, but your health will go down pretty quickly. You have like an overshield called Toughness, which is based off of the tabletop game. There's something called Toughness, so it's really cool to see them implement some of the tabletop stuff. The reason I'm not enjoying it is because I can't beat the first fucking level.
Oh, no.
And I've been playing with different randos and stuff, and like sometimes like I've gotten to the final boss. Like I was playing with a squad of people, and they all had headsets on, and they were all friends, and they all had high level loot, and they were like end level builds and shit. And I was like, this is the one.
Mhm.
We're gonna do it. And we got to the boss and died.
Damn.
And all the other times I've not even gotten to the boss. I've been playing with randos, just queuing in, and everybody has really cool gear on. And because I feel like everybody who's played this game has been playing it since launch. I've been playing it for a while. and I'm just jumping in now, and I still have my little my prison gear on. I look like a noob, and it's very embarrassing. And the worst part is, I'm almost embarrassed to admit this, but I will admit it for the good of gaming. I got kicked from a game
Oh.
last night because I didn't have enough kills. They kicked me off the team. They were all like level 50, and I'm level 1, and they kicked me, and
What
I'm
do they
like, well,
want?
yeah, I'm level 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. I'm doing my best here. I got my prison garb and just a gun,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm doing what I can. So that was a little disheartening. It makes me not want to play the game again, honestly, because I'm like, I don't want to be a bother to people
Mm.
by trying to beat this first level and level up. But maybe I'll give it another shot. The gameplay is very fun. It's very snappy. There's a lot to do, like as far as progressing your character and stuff. Like there's a lot of different things that you can unlock and stuff. And they've added 2 new character classes, which is locked behind DLC. So I feel like the game is so cheap because they're trying to funnel you into the ecosystem so that you buy the DLC, so you buy the skins, so you buy all this stuff. So the base game is pretty cheap, but now it's like, well, now you gotta buy the Arbiter, and now you gotta buy the Hive Scum, and you gotta buy the different costumes for them and stuff. So that's a little disheartening because I kind of want to try the Arbiter, but I don't want to spend more money because it's as much money as the base game costs for the Arbiter itself. So it's like, yeah, I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But he gets a puppy dog, and maybe it's just I don't have a puppy dog, and that's why I'm not beating the first level. But I will continue to either try and bash my head against the wall as a veteran, or maybe I'll change it up and be a psyker or something. But
Mm-hmm.
I just really wanted to be a veteran, and that was almost going to be the if I had played Darktide more, that was going to be my mystery segment for this week. I was going to
Ah,
teach you about the Astra Militarum, but
okay.
fear not, it is coming. It is little sneak preview. It's coming, just
Perfect.
not this week, but it is not this day, as you know, Harry Potter says. Anyway, so moving on. That's really all I've been playing. Just trying that out. I've been playing that because you go on missions with people and stuff, so it's like a quick segmented, like you're gonna be playing for 15-20 minute chunk and then you're done. So that's why I've been trying it out. But yeah, that's really all I've been playing. So just that. Hopefully, I have more next week or some other news. I was gonna check out Crimson Desert,
Mm.
especially since I shouted it out last week, but it's been getting mixed reviews, so I'm kind of on the fence about it. I'm not sure what to think about it, honestly. So I'm gonna wait until some YouTubers do some deep diving for me and
Mm-hmm.
really tell me how the game works and the mechanics and stuff, because it looks like it could be a lot of fun, like Breath of the Wild. But it also looks like it has some opaque systems like Dragon's Dogma 2 and 1. And I really, every time I want to love Dragon's Dogma, it's one of those games I want to love, but every time I play it, I end up just hating myself. It's
Okay.
it's very oppressive to play. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just very bleak and difficult to parse through.
Hmm.
So I'm hoping that Crimson Desert doesn't have those similar style systems in place.
Gotcha. Now with
Yeah.
the Warhammer game, you mentioned
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead. Is it only a multiplayer game? Because I know Left 4 Dead you could technically do single player, right?
As far as I know, maybe it's in the settings, but I one time I did fire Darktide up at 6:30 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
like before work one day, and nobody was on, so it gave me 3 bots,
Okay.
and I died way faster, but
All right.
I had 3 bots, and yeah, then the next time I tried, it's like I've been trying like at nighttime when people have been playing, so it autofills. So I
Okay.
don't know if it's an option where you can like choose to play with bots, but I guess I mean I have at least.
Yeah, I was just wondering if if you had the option, and then if you did that, if it would scale difficulty like based on how many players are playing, but it might not be the case, so that sucks.
Yeah, and the game doesn't seem that hard. It's not like overly hard. It's just like I don't know, eventually you do like after like 15 minutes, eventually you just get worn down and you
Sure.
do die, but
Yeah.
it just it never feels like oppressively hard. I don't feel like I'm playing like a Souls game or something where I'm
Sure.
like this is fucking hard.
Mm. All
But
right.
I do keep dying, so
Gotcha. Bummer.
yeah, we'll have to see. I never got very far in Vermintide either, so this is par for the course with the style of game, I think. I just
Mm.
gotta get good, as the kids say. But now it's on to our mystery segment. Ooh, lightning, but don't actually add lightning because
Oh,
that's
okay.
a lot of work for the editor. Okay.
Bubbles!
Oh, there you go. For this mystery segment, usually I ask you a series of 20 questions in truth or dare or things. Today I'm going to ask you 3 questions.
Ooh.
Questions 3. The first question is entitled Permadeath. For permadeath question, it is, if you could eliminate one game forever, what would it be? And defend your choice.
Oof. Man. That is interesting. Because, like...
Yeah, because...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, obviously you want to choose a multiplayer game so you can make people stop playing against certain games.
I mean, yes and no. So I was going to bring up Call of Duty because I was going to be like, well, this could be a two-sided coin here. Because Call of Duty, let's not beat around the bush. People are very shitty on Call of Duty. Saying whatever they want to say. So, like, I don't think that would get rid of that, which, we should get rid of that. But it certainly would help curb that a little bit better, I would hope. But maybe it would just gravitate towards another game. On the side of the argument where I wouldn't cut out Call of Duty, obviously, culturally, at a time, very popular amongst everybody, and was like a generational game with those Modern Warfare titles, 1 and 2, even 3. I'll give 3 a little bit of credit. Like, people were bumping into those. It was a good social game for you and your friends, and just like what it brought to the table of unlockables and challenges and whatnot. Zombies mode, I know I loved the shit out of Zombies mode in Black Ops 1 and those maps. So, like, there was a lot of good things that came from that game. But the social talking part is like a huge, like, maybe that would be a good one to get rid of. I'm trying to think of other negatives, or like something that was so bad that we just need to erase it from history altogether, even though it's already probably done itself in by being so bad.
I've got one.
You got one?
Toxic.
Please go right ahead.
It's so sludgy. Oh no, I don't know if you wanted to think about it more.
Oh, I need to think more. I'm like, there's like, it's like you brought me to the buffet and surprisingly everything at the buffet looks good, I'm like, oh no, where do I start?
There's Chinese and Mexican food? Oh my god.
I can't start with a taco. That's going to fill me up, and I can't have this thing, and then I can't do that, and then
Oh gosh. Well, so for my choice, I thought long and hard about this, and by that I mean I thought about it for 5 seconds and immediately knew what the answer was. And the answer is, well, I was gonna jokingly say Fortnite, but I won't say Fortnite.
Okay.
That would not be good. The real answer is League of Legends. I don't know if you've ever had the displeasure of playing a League of Legends game, but that is the least friendly. I told you I got kicked from the Darktide lobby. Don't even get me started on League of Legends lobbies. They will, oh my god, they will just tear you down. They won't kick you. They will just tear you down until you delete the game and uninstall it in the fall of 2023. On a warm Tuesday day. You know what? I'm not, just as people do, not specifically me. It's not something I did. But yeah, no, it's very toxic. The game is toxic, and also it's one of those games where people just like keep playing it. Like, it has this huge player base. It's still popular in esports and stuff, and I don't want it to be. I'd rather other games be up there instead of League of Legends. I just don't like the game. I don't think it's interesting to watch. I don't like the community. I just don't like League of Legends, and that's that will get me in some, in heat in some communities and stuff. But I just think it's so toxic that it's it's so unfriendly that I think the gaming community as a whole would benefit from League of Legends no longer being around.
Yeah, the only League experience I have is, I think it's called Pokemon Unite. That's the only League type of game I've played.
Oh my god.
For my answer, while I should probably lean the path that you did in terms of toxic people, I'm gonna go a funny one. People like platinums. I like platinums. But there is a specific genre of game, so I'm going to cheat here. Cheap platinums where you just have to click a button like 500 times to get said platinum or make something jump or whatever. Get rid of those shovelware craps.
Yeah, no, the gaming community would be better off without that as well, because that's just not only is that like not really a game. I mean, technically, kind of it is.
Sure.
But not only is that not really a game, but it's also just like feeding into the warped mentality that us gamers have, where like we have to get platinums and stuff, and it's just like making that worse. It's just like feeding off of that, and I don't like that at all.
Yeah, it's just weird and lazy, and be like, oh, I'll charge $3 for this thing. Like, it's so scummy.
Yeah. For our second question, I don't have a cool title like permadeath, but the question, and this question comes to us from a listener. Actually, this comes to us from Mike, who is also on the podcast. Mike, thank you for giving me this question. It's a cool question, and you will still be our Resident Evil correspondent. So thank you. The question is, what's your favorite game / games that you've never beaten? Never beaten them, but you love these games.
Oof. Knowing me, there's a lot, because I jump off of things like willy-nilly for some reason.
Oh, yeah. I had so many options with this. I was like, where do I even go?
I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to give 2 answers. One is actually one you shouted out in terms of rage quitting, which I found funny. I love Sekiro, but I have not beaten Sekiro. Before my Lies of P success, Sekiro was the Souls-like I made it the farthest in. I love the movement of Sekiro. I love the combat in Sekiro. I love the rhythm pairing when you can get it down. Obviously, it's very frustrating when you cannot. But I also just love the setting and the environments that, like, where you're playing that game and running around with the wolf is just awesome. Whether it's me playing it or watching one of my favorite creators, Maximilian Dude, and his highlight reels of him playing it, I'm just like at awe at that game and absolutely love it. It is something for a while I've been meaning to jump back into. I tried streaming it again maybe last year at this point, and like I said, if you can get the parrying down, good. I was not getting the parrying down. Bad. So I don't know if it's just something I need to play off of stream, so it's, you know, less in my own head type of thing of like performing. But yeah, I was loving my time with that game when I first was streaming it and making such good progress. And I also liked, similar to what I like about Elden Ring, is at times there were options of like, okay, this path sucks, I can go this way and do something else, instead of just, as most Souls like, here's a brick wall, smash your head into it a bunch of times until you finally break it down. You know, like there was some leeway, or I could run through old areas and just be like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, just like get all my anger out. So I'll give Sekiro a huge shout. On the totally opposite side of gaming genres, Chicory. Chicory is another game I absolutely love that I have not finished. Chicory is a top-down Metroidvania kinda puzzly type game, where you take your little main character who you name after your favorite food, and you take them and you're trying to help this artist named Chicory, who is in a very depressed state. She has a magic paintbrush that fends off the evils, and you, trying to be a good person, try and help her out with her problems and also help out citizens by taking this magic paintbrush and kind of fending off the evils. The nice thing about this game is color is very important. So you want to think of it like a coloring book. Everything's a blank page, and you can take the time if you want and color everything in with your paintbrush or texture it and whatnot as you kind of unlock more skills over time. But you also use that painting ability to solve puzzles, fight off enemies, go through it. I absolutely love Chicory. I picked it up and played it a few times and gotten decently far, but for some reason, just me being dumb brain, I'm like, ooh, next shiny thing, and I leave it. But I love it so much. Sorry, I keep shouting out PAX. Last PAX, I went to limited run because they had a physical edition. And I was like, yeah, I absolutely need that. It was beautiful, and it's sitting on my shelf over there. So, shout out to Sekiro and shout out to Chicory, 2 amazing games.
Yeah, I've never played Chicory, but I also want to play it now and never beat it. So that sounds like a good time. Um, I also cheated. That's why I added game. I said game/games to
Oh,
the
okay.
question because I have 3 games actually.
Nice.
Um, the first one is a game you were talking about time traveling in earlier, and that would be Animal Crossing.
Oh, okay.
I've never beaten an Animal Crossing game. I've never paid off my house. As far as I know, Tom Nook just keeps increasing that bitch until you're destitute. Because I've never paid off the house. I always quit before then because I get tired of it or I get bored of Animal Crossing because there's
Mm-hmm.
usually not like a whole lot to do in
Sure.
Animal Crossing. It's more like a daily like snippet, like let me jump in for 20 minutes, then jump out. Which is why I think the game works best as the digital download and not physical copy. Like I have a physical copy though, because I'm obsessed with collecting physical editions of Switch since I can't collect physical PC games. So, but yeah, I think it's I always quit before then because I get tired of jumping in for 20 minutes a day. So never beaten Animal Crossing, even though I know people really love that game. I really loved Animal Crossing, New Horizons in particular. Never beat it though. So all this DLC content that they came out with, or free update that they came out with the Switch 2 edition, I would not even be able to play because I just haven't gotten that far in the game.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I think it is available on Switch too, or Switch as well. But yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, it is available on Switch as well, but you have to like get to the end game
Ah,
cap
okay, okay,
to experience any of that stuff. So yeah.
gotcha.
And then yeah, so Animal Crossing is one. Another one is Persona 5.
Mm,
I love Persona 5. I've only played it for like 45 hours, which is like nothing in Persona 5. I'm
right.
like not even halfway through the game. Especially because it's Persona 5 Royal, so they added in an additional character, which adds in additional dialogue and encounters and cutscenes, and so it's like, yeah, I don't know if I'll ever beat Persona 5, but I do want to go back and replay it. It's definitely high up on the list of like when I'm feeling like a JRPG. It's probably the second or third one that I'll go to. I still got to beat Clair Obscur as well, although that hasn't made the list because I feel like I'm in denial that I have stopped playing that game. I'm like in my head, I'm like, no, I'm still playing Clair
Sure.
Obscur, obviously. Yeah, I'm just taking a break.
Hmm.
But with Persona, I did actually put it down, and it makes me sad that I haven't finished Persona because I really want to play a game called Persona 5 Tactica,
Mm.
which is like a turn-based tactics version of Persona 5, but I don't know where in the storyline it slots in. So I'm
Oh,
like, let me just finish all of Persona 5 first, and that way there I won't be confused at all.
gotcha.
But so I'm like, yeah, it's like holding out me getting this other game, which I really would like to get. It's also available on Switch, one with the physical copy, so it's like I want to get that physical Persona 5 Tactica thing,
Hmm.
but I've got to find another 80 hours to dump into that game. And then the last game is a game that's near and dear to Mike's heart as well, our viewer, and that is Prey, actually. Um, 2017's Prey, I think it is. Let me check my library of when this game came out.
Hey.
This game came out, or at least it was released on Steam in 2017. Yeah, May 4th, 2017. It's by Arcane Studios. Um, Absolutely phenomenal game. It's like a BioShock style game.
Okay.
Like a what do you call it?
Uh,
They call it like a sim
okay.
type situation. Like first person shooter. You get special powers and stuff. You're on like a space base. It's cool as fuck. I love Prey. I never got around to beating it because at the time that I was playing it originally, um I was playing it, I believe, through Epic Studios or something, Epic Game Studios or something. Anyway, I couldn't get my controller to be supported for some reason.
Ah,
Um, oh no, I remember now. It was because I was using a Switch 2 Pro controller on my PC,
okay.
and Prey did not fuck with that at all. It did not want me to use a Switch 2 Pro controller. And I tried remapping it like manually, and it still wasn't working. So I had to play that game on keyboard and mouse, and I'm not very good at first-person shooters on keyboard and mouse. So I only got so far and had to quit. But now I have an Xbox controller, and every game recognizes an Xbox controller. At least I hope Prey will. So
Sure.
that will be great. I need to restart the game. I know I don't want to jump into where I left off. That I
No.
would need to restart the entire game.
Yep.
Yeah, but I've just been reticent to do that because it's like I gotta start the game all the way over again, and it's because it is like that sim style game. Even though it is incredible, there are a lot of long sequences in the beginning of the game to set things up, and I'm like, oh, do I want to do all that again?
Sure.
So I haven't gotten around to beating Prey, but it is a great game, and definitely give it a check it out. Anybody who's listening, if you've never tried Prey, it's a phenomenal game.
Yeah, I had to look it up. The cover, I was like, oh, yep, I remember that, but never knew anything about the gameplay or anything like that. But I remember definitely seeing it in passing.
I think you would really like the game too. I don't know if you've ever played BioShock, but
Oh
I
yeah,
think you would
played
really...
all 3 of them. Yeah, had a great time.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think you would appreciate it
All
then.
right.
So give it a check it out if
Check
it's
it
on
out.
sale. It's actually is on the Steam sale for $5.99. I'm just saying. Okay, and the third and final question for today is: what is a critically acclaimed game that you've never actually played, never even started, never even put the disc in?
I mean, the first one that came to mind was Metal Gear Solid. I've never played
Metal
any
Gear
of
Solid,
those.
yeah.
It seems intriguing in terms of like, well, Kojima's gonna Kojima, and I mean, I've heard a bunch of great things about the title. And I just want to know what's going on with Snake, because there's like, well, you quizzed me on it ages ago. Liquid Snake, Solid Snake, Big Boss, Raiden. There's like 50 of them. Jesus. And I don't know why. So, yeah, I that's the first one that comes to mind. I mean, I'm sure there's some other big ones. I mean, Legend of Zelda, I've only played the Switch remake of, Link's Awakening. Haven't played a Metroid.
Any Metroids?
Any Metroids? No, Samus. The only thing I have with Samus is Smash Bros.
Blasphemy.
I didn't have Nintendo. I had a Game Boy Advance, and I was just Pokemaning.
Fair.
What else? Yeah, I guess it's mainly Nintendo stuff. You can't say a
You had
Final
a Game Boy
Fantasy,
Advance.
but
You could have been playing Metroid Fusion or the remake of Metroid 1.
yeah, no, let's see, Game Boy Advance, yeah, Pokemon. There was a lot of like movie crossover games. I did play Donkey Kong Country on there. Super Mario World was another huge one for me on there. But yeah, no Fusion.
Oh, dang. That's a beloved game in the franchise for sure. But that's cool. Yeah, most of the Nintendo stuff, that makes sense. There's a lot of Sony stuff that I haven't played because I grew up playing Nintendo games. So we're on the opposite sides of the fence there. But I pulled up Metacritic's best games of all time.
Oh,
so that I could cheat and just see what on there I haven't played. And number 8 is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. I've never played any Tony Hawk Pro Skater game.
Okay. Yep.
Are you disgusted because I've never played a Tony Hawk Pro Skater game, or because it's all the way at number 8?
Oh no, more shocked that you haven't. But I guess that wasn't really your thing. I mean, I only played Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 because so many friends had it. So whenever I went to the house, like that was the game that we were playing. And then I fell in love with Tony Hawk American Wasteland in the PS2 era. And then since the remasters have come out, that's the first time I've owned 1, 2, 3, and 4 now. But I just like the skateboarding games. If it's not your thing, obviously it's going to make sense. It's not your thing. It just seemed like the Pro Skater games were such a huge thing when we were growing up. So that was more of like, wow, I'm surprised.
Yeah, no, those games they were ubiquitous. Like everybody, if you had a PlayStation 2, there was a good chance that you had Tony Hawk Pro Skater of some kind.
Sure.
I just somehow I dodged that game. I'm pretty sure I've seen people play it,
sure,
like at friends' houses, but I never picked up the controller and like fucked around with it.
Gotcha.
So I just never did. And it doesn't make sense because I also skateboarded when I was a kid.
Oh.
Was I like doing tricks? No, I could not ollie, which is the foundation of doing every other trick. Yeah. Start with an ollie. So I couldn't do any tricks, but I did push a skateboard around while I was standing on it.
Sure.
So I was kind of into it, and yeah, it makes no sense that I wouldn't at least have tried, especially being in our age bracket like that. I wouldn't have tried Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Is pretty ridiculous. But yeah, just never did. Never tried it.
Mm.
And that's gonna be my one because I just fast forwarded to the top 50, and I've played all the other games besides like there's an NFL in there, but I'm not gonna. I mean,
Oh,
come
okay.
on.
I was wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like every other game I've actually played, so
Dang.
which is pretty surprising. I'm goated, I guess. I don't
What's
know.
what's the top 10 on that list? I'm curious if I
10,
check
number
all the
one.
boxes.
Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
No.
Nope. Number 2, the original Soul Calibur, 1999.
Nope. Soul Calibur 2 was my first.
Oh, you never played the original Soul Calibur?
No, I played Soul Calibur 2 on the PlayStation 2, where they had 3 different characters depending on the console that you played on. And then I played Soul Calibur 3, and I played Soul Calibur 4, and then we don't talk about Soul Calibur 5 because it was the Star Wars one. That was the only good thing about it. And then Soul Calibur 6 came out. I was hyped, and then I didn't play it because it wasn't that great.
I actually don't know. Hold on, which Soul Calibur do I have? I have one of them because I bought a Humble
5
bundle.
was Star Wars, maybe 4 was Star Wars.
I have Soul Calibur 6, yeah.
Oh yeah,
which is,
5. No, 4 was Star Wars. 5 was when Ezio Auditore was in there.
Yeah.
And then 6 is
6
the
is
more
when
recent
there's
one.
Geralt of Rivia,
Yeah, I played
which
4
is
late.
cool. I like Geralt. So.
Yeah, did they have Clive? No, Clive was in Tekken. Sorry, keep going.
Number 3, Grand Theft Auto 4.
Yes, I have.
Number 4, Super Mario Galaxy.
Nope.
Number 5, Super Mario Galaxy 2. You probably haven't played the second one if you haven't played the first
Also
one.
true. Yeah.
Number 6, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Nope.
Number 7, Perfect Dark 2000.
Nope.
Shout out to Mike. We also used to play Perfect Dark in his tiny bedroom on his little TV. We used to play Perfect Dark on the 64, just like sitting on the edge of his bed. That was great.
Oh.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater
Right.
number 3 was number 8. Number 9, Red Dead Redemption 2.
A little bit.
Yeah, for a little. We didn't finish it though.
played the winter opening, and then I was like, this is taking forever.
And then number 10 is going to be Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, not too bad. Wow.
Yeah, so I played all those games, just not Tony Hawk's Pro Skater number 3.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool. Well, thank you for answering those questions and
Of
taking
course.
the time to do that.
Thank you, Mike, for adding your question in there. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and for those Perfect Dark bot missions that you set up, somehow I think the bots were at like 300% speed or something.
Oh, God.
I can't remember. That was fun. Yeah. Anyway, now we're into the next segment of the podcast, which is what do you want to play next? What's in the future for you for gaming wise? What are you excited about?
I picked a backlog one this week because I am feeling good about finishing some games. So I was like, oh, jump into some old stuff. We talked about Souls-like. We often talk about Souls games. I would like to give a shout out to Bloodborne because I haven't played Bloodborne all the way through. But it's another one that I find fascinating based on its environment and the kind of Cthulhu, what's the term analogy for
Lovecraftian.
Thank you, that type of environment storytelling. I have watched Bloodborne all the way through, so I've seen how it goes from like this dark gothic type area to, no spoilers, this like elevated twisted morphin place, and I'm like, that's nuts to me. I've tried Bloodborne a few times. I've loved it every time I played. I've just hit a wall, as you do with these games. I think the farthest I've made it is I beat the blood-soaked beast. I think it's the next boss, Father Gascoigne or something like that. I may have gotten to him.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I beat him or not. I don't think I did. But yeah, Bloodborne, I mean, obviously everybody's been talking about Bloodborne for 10 years of how great it is. It's, it's something I'd like to get back into and I would like to see through at some point one of these days. So just wanted to give a shout out to that. What do you got?
Part of me wants to be like, play Elden Ring first and then play Bloodborne, but play Bloodborne. It's fine. I love Bloodborne. Bloodborne's a great game, and I'm so jealous of you because you get to play Bloodborne and Ghost of Yotei right now if you wanted to, and I
Oh.
can't play either of these games. And all I want to do is play Bloodborne and Ghost of Yotei.
I'm
at
so
all
sorry.
times. And NHL, you could play NHL
I
too, but
could.
you have to buy it. Yeah. But yeah, so that's cool. Bloodborne, yeah, great shout out. I hope you do get into it. I was gonna also ask you, did you stream Bloodborne or did you play that on your own?
I definitely did stream it at some point years ago. At least the first attempt. I don't remember if my second attempt, if I streamed that. That might have just been for me.
Okay, great. Well, yeah, if you do end up playing it again, maybe throw it on stream. I kind of want to watch
All
it.
right.
Up to you, obviously.
Yeah,
Totally,
it's
because
the
you don't want to
risky.
spread it out too much as well.
Yeah, the spreading out, and then it's also the risky thing. Like Lies of P, as I've talked about also on stream. Like there was good moments of it, and then there's times I'm like, I'm not making any progress. No one wants to watch this, and then you just keep getting in your head of like. So that's my thing of like, this makes good content. People will love to see me die, but then also it's taken forever. I don't want to fight this boss for 3 hours. So risk reward there.
Yeah, I can see that risk reward for sure. My future game is the spiritual successor to the award-winning game Void Bastards. That is Wild Bastards. It is a roguelike strategy shooter with heart-pounding FPS action, mod management, and a tactical campaign. Saddle up and lead the most notorious outlaws in the galaxy. It's giving Cowboys in Space. It's giving Cowboy Bebop. It's very cool. I love Void Bastards to death. That's one of my favorite indie games, and Wild Bastards looks like it has some of that same charm without the restrictive oxygen level that Void Bastards has. Um, think of Void Bastards like Dead Rising 1.
Mm,
Where you have that time limit that's like constantly like the
yeah.
gameplay of Dead Rising 1 is fucking incredible, but then that timer kind of makes it not enjoyable
Yep.
because you're so stressed all the time. That's kind of what Void Bastards is, but it looks like Wild Bastards takes that timer away and you get like a lot more character variety and things.
Okay.
So that really intrigues me where I can engage in the good shooting gameplay that I think was there. I think the shooting foundations in Void Bastards is actually really solid and kind of slept on. So I think getting those mechanics in Wild Bastards, but not having that time restriction is going to be a huge game changer. I can't wait for that.
Cool.
So that's also on sale, I think, for like $4 or something right now.
Mm.
So I'm definitely gonna give it a check it out.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard great things about both of those titles, but haven't looked into them either of them. So that's cool. Good shout. Good shout.
Yeah, and don't let the time mechanics of Void Bastards make you stay away from the game, by the way, because it is very fun where you have like the map of the ship and you're like, oh, I have to get to the oxygen center on the thing, and I got to get over here to turn the lights on, to turn the power on, because then I got to power the oxygen thing, and then I got to go through the command deck so that I can turn the cameras off, and oh my god, there's robots everywhere. It's very fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good time. Anyway, that's going to be it for our podcast today. It's going to wrap things up. Thank you so much for watching or listening. If you have, please give it a like, give it a share, give it a check it out. I mean, I guess you did just check out the whole podcast, so thank you for that. We appreciate all and any support, even if you've watched for 5 minutes, if you watched till now, whatever, just any type of support we really appreciate. And leave a comment below if you would like. We will talk about it on the podcast. I guarantee it, we won't be able to stay away from it. So thank you so much. Y'all have a great rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. See you at PAX East, maybe.